while we're sleeping in cryo sleep, Ethan is the one guy running the ship. Just so you know, if you wake up and you're throwing up, but you're still alive, it's because Ethan has been running the ship 3 million years into space. Okay. Maybe not 3 million years, but about, whatever, like 74 years, Ethan's been doing his routine stuff. But he's not evil. That's a very important thing. And he will not turn evil, mid-time into the movie. That's also very important. But also, starting today, we have memberships on YouTube, So you can join memberships on YouTube if you don't want to join my Patreon. Memberships on YouTube are just to support the channel, and you get small perks if you just want to do the support for the studio. And then you get behind the scenes videos and dedicated question and answers and other things if you do the backstage pass. So let's try and do a BRAAMS sound, okay? What is a BRAAMS sound? You heard it probably through composers like Hans Zimmer, stuff that was done in Nolan movies. You gotta know what the BRAAMS sound is. Do you know what a BRAAMS sound is? It's like a brassy, low, aggressive opening, sustaining, hybrid synth acoustic sound that is very, the name itself, BRAAMS, it's because it's like Braam. I did it. Did I do it right? Did I give you the right impression? Did you get the idea of the sound? Because I don't see why we shouldn't use our mouths to do sounds, since they were designed to do that. It's like, that. So, like the Dune soundtracks, they do have it, of course. I think it was probably first heard. I really don't know my history of music on some stuff. Probably, I think The Dark Knight Rises probably has some of the most iconic. And I think, I am pretty sure, however, that even if Hans Zimmer hasn't done Tenet, I'm thinking there is some, like right now, there's no way of not having BRAAMS sounds in sort of like epic cinematic soundtracks. I get these kind of requests. Either people say like, but no BRAAMS, or they say, you know what? You can open like with that BRAAMS sound. Hear how good this was. This was good. I should sample myself. So honest, I have never done a BRAAMS sound in VCV. So I have mine set into Nuendo. I have different patches. Some of them use Contact, a hybrid of them, but I have kind of a rough understanding of it. So how about we build one? I know for sure we need MIDI input. So I'm going to start monophonic. Okay, Bohab says, I know what you're talking about now. That's because I probably did the right sound of it. It's usually very distorted, not very distorted. It can be, the powerful soundtrack, says Marco, that really make your body vibrate. This is exactly why Hans Zimmer designed that. And I think there's documentaries or there's special content about why he did that, how he did that. He probably used low tubas, trombones. There has to be, I don't think there's saxophones involved, but I'm thinking there's definitely like a brass section with some very heavy, like low brass overdubs, and there's distortion or stuff like that. It's got to be a hybrid, and there's definitely synthesizers in. Okay. So to me, the good start of that is Sawtooths. Okay. If I were to do it here where I know I don't have samples, Sawtooths. So if we say Sawtooths, we already have so many. Let's go. So here's what we're going to do. I was browsing compressors, so we really don't, but we might need a compressor afterward to just blend things in. Who makes good saws? There's one by Squinky Labs that I'm new here, so this is what I found to be nice. There's Macro Oscillator, that does really good saws. Actually, the first one it starts with is saws. There's part of physical modeling that we want to do, so there's going to be different things we want to try. and it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna have a percussive component of it. Okay, so if I design my own BRAAMS sound, this is gonna be for records we make with Modular Monday. So I think it's good, and we can make something polyphonic as well. Absolutely. So we need a MIDI device thing for sure, like a MIDI plus CC here, and I'm gonna use my base station, and we're gonna kind of route things here. So we're gonna dial in more than one sawtooth. So I think we need a mixer for sure. Now we can mix and match. Look at how many mixers I have. What do we want to use? Mix 4? VCA mix? Do we go mix 4? I have never used the bog audio. You've been telling me this is really good. Let's do mix 4, okay? So mix 4 has 4 channels called mix 4. So we can go output of, wow, saws is stereo. We're already breaking the law. This thing is stereo. So let's do saws right here. And let's do the macro 3. There's something else that was about oscillators. Man, there's so many. What are we gonna use? I accept any type of suggestion. I know we're gonna use macro oscillator 2 ONA. Can I please use ONA, which is a module I want to buy? Nano modules ONA is probably gonna serve us good. So let's try this saw here. Okay, so now we have these 3 modules. They're doing nothing here. They don't have envelopes. We don't have filters, but we're mixing them together. And the output of this, we use a filter for, okay? Now, I gotta be honest with you. My idea of going filter first would be to use, I'm like F35. But I will not dislike using a Steiner Parker, probably, as well. But let's go this route first. So we take the inputs of the mixer, and we pan these hard left and hard right because saws is that way. I'm going to mute the other 2, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, we obviously don't have empty channels. Let me take, who's channel 7? Can we sacrifice this? No, obviously. So you know what we're gonna do? We have 3 here that is empty. Oh, we have 6 that is empty. So we're gonna use 6 for the BRAAMS. No, we're gonna use 3. 3 is BRAAMS for me, really. So we're gonna do this, okay? So now what we're missing is we miss envelopes for the amplifier, like for VCAs, and we miss envelopes for the filter as well. So let's take, do we take a normal one or do we take nano alt or quad VCA? Let's take quad VCA. I'm going out on a limb here. So we go input. We go, this is the CV, okay, 3. And we take the 2 and we go here. And we take this input and we go here. So right now we have our saws, macro oscillator, and ONA that are going into the mixer. Our mixer dictates the balance that we send into the filter, and then we go out to the VCA, but we're missing envelopes, right? So I'll tell you, like, I'm gonna use this because I feel a little bit more comfortable doing that. Isn't it beautiful designing modular sounds, even if there's no sound? Like, you won't believe. I got sucked into modular from a composer standpoint, like there's no tomorrow. So this is what we're gonna do. Then we do duplicate because I want another one that we're gonna use for our, this is filter and this is gonna be VCA. So we take gate and we send our gate to this one and to this other one. Then we take the envelope itself and we send it to frequency. And then we take the envelope and we send it to these 2, as far as I know, right? And we probably have to say response. Is it gonna work? I've never used quad VCA, so I don't know. Let's make a sound that has a very fast attack and that it doesn't sustain and just has a little bit of a release. Okay. So is this playing? Obviously not. Let me see. So now we need pitch somehow. Is this going up? It isn't. Okay. Let's open this. That's our output. Okay. I'm opening it anyway. Maybe we have solos. Right. We can't have these because our number 3 is muted. Okay. So is it playing? Okay. So we see it respond. That's a good thing. But I don't see these going up. Level. Let me double check where everything is. It should be open. Why isn't these open? Our main level is 0.4. Okay. Okay, I don't hear it play. Let me go VOCT anyway, so we know this is the dude that should be working. There's gonna be a reason. There's always a reason. So number 3 is not soloed. Do we need it solo? No. We pan it center. Our left inputs are here. The outputs are here. It should be playing. If we raise this, we do have sound. So let's double check what I've done that is wrong. Our mix level is good. We don't have dim. The filter is fine. The envelope, oh, maybe this guy is wrong, but we're not using envelopes here triggering, so that should be fine. This goes up. Okay. So we diagnose this. It do be fun. It is. Absolutely. So let me take the output of this guy and go here. We hear it. So this is working. Oh, I see what I've done. I am completely 100% stupid. Okay. Look at what I've done. Look at my mistake, okay? I've seen level, and I have plugged the outputs of all of my oscillators into level. It is not level. It is actually in. It says input. So let me repatch everything. Let me bring the envelopes, the VCA down, and let me patch these guys in here. Now we have, so the level is CV, okay? So we're up here. Right? It works. So the octave's completely way too loud for this, but we know it works. So what if I close the filter here? Sounds beautiful. I love saws. And we've got no reverb so far. So this is the 2 of them. Okay, so this is one oscillator. Let's mute saws. Let's get our V octave from our V octave. And let's try ONA. Because I've already made another mistake, for sure. Why isn't it tracking? It should be tracking. Oh, wait, because this is not ONA. ONA's this one. You're not going into the right thing on mix 4, I think. Absolutely. Yes, Bohab. That's exactly what was going on. I was into level. That's the CV for changing level. So, completely 100% mistake. But if you keep calm, we solve this, right? This is a perfect example of user error, never having used mix 4. I should have read it just right there. It says in, very simple. So how about macro oscillator? We need to say VOCT here. Man, this guy has tons of balls. Right? So we have our oscillators, we have our filter that I really like. We are not messing with drive yet, but what we're doing is we don't have envelopes because things are just sustaining, right? You hear where I'm going with this one, right? So now let's unmute all of them. And I will use some release. Right? So right now what I'm doing is I'm just opening the VCA while on the amp, and nothing is really doing a lot of vibe. So we could just take this, dial the envelopes and distort them, and I guarantee you that we will be kind of like, right there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my mod wheel in a second and do more stuff, but I wanna play with macro oscillator. Just hear a little bit of what it kind of does. So this is the fine, obviously, timbre, or timbre, actually. All right, I like timbre here. Bohab says it can be hard with new modules. Absolutely. Actually, if I do this, you can actually see me. This camera doesn't work today. All right, doesn't matter. You see me play here. It's my little hand. Doesn't matter. I'd rather have you see modules. So. So we're not sending anything to FM. I'm probably gonna start trying that. Let me see what models does it have. Okay, this ooh can be really good. You hear what it does? How it modulates? It's probably not the modulation. This is good. Okay, so we could use ooh. Let's see this. This is just O now. Let me try and do maybe this other waveform. I think this one's gonna be better for that. Now, let me try this guy. Okay, we drop it octave. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's try the detune soul level. There's classic and there's clean 1, clean 2. I like this though. Okay, I like this very much. Let's try now resonate. Actually, let me change the filter type. Let me try silent key. Oh, this is silent key. Okay, the low pass 12. Let me try my usual diode. Dude, why is this diode thing always my own thing? Now, you just need to play one note with BRAAMS like this, for sure, okay? So if I were to send these into reverb right now, and we do this, hear how much it sustains this guy? getting it? It's kind of, it's peaking like, let me see what kind of level we're pushing out of this BCA. Luckily, I have the gains here, so I can kind of drop it a little bit. And you hear already how much of kind of a combination of all these we're getting. There's just saws. And right, so let's try ooh. I'm doing with my mouth. So this is gonna be hard to kind of detune. Let me see where we're here. Okay. Now, let me do some modulation wheel on the frequency to hear how it moves. It's not actually doing that for reasons to me unbeknownst. We're already kind of... Oh, Bohab says that's nice. This is already kind of, yes, speaking to me a lot. Let me take the mod wheel out. We can do... I'm thinking a lot about what I'm missing here. We could mess with frequency modulation, you know, timbre, whatever, other things. But let's just recap what the sound is all about. I'm going to start with Ona. This is what it does. We could even sync it. But let's try this. This is then ooh with macro os 1. See, it adds this kind of like high level pitchy thing of very unstable and low. And then there's saws. It just completely kills it. How nice this is. Right? So let's put some drums in, people. This is where we are. Do some drumming. Or we can do some mild stuff. Oh, this one I'm keeping because I remember what this is. Let me just fine tune something for here. I like to do these though. But I want it darker, okay? You remember how we were working these out, right? So right? You remember there were some accents I could do. Let's try and change some drums. We're not even in BRAAMS any longer. We're completely forgetting about what I was doing, which is the good thing. Let's try the boomstick here. Now we're talking. This one. Imagine the scene in the game. This is like opening to things, right? So I'm like letting go. And you open the kicks as well. So like I can do it mouse and keyboard, okay? So it's a little bit too fast. So the attack plays a lot of role here. Let's try and just make attack. We're not still playing with the filter. We're just doing... So what I did was this. I played a higher C, and when I noticed that the attack phase was dropping into decay, I went lower C. Okay, I'm gonna do it as well. It's a simple thing. It just changes your patch. Let's try that. Right? Simple. It's the same patch. I'm just playing that. So. And if you want to glide that, you know, Bohab says, I wonder if some dubby delays would be nice on that kick sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. I think I had it. I just disabled the sand a little bit. I don't know if like 4MS is working here, but is this that? You know, maybe not. It wasn't turned on. Oh, maybe yes. Hold on. Is it this one? I think so. Oh, this is the topographic, which is also good. This is the Erica synth, okay. Starting these guys up. Just... I'm gonna do some delays on it, okay. Because this is the Erica's not... Right. We do have this on Rampage. It's just not... It's too close, the kick, to do that. But let's try... I could do like literally another round of this and just playing some other. Let me open this. Okay. Okay, so I'm going. Do I keep the drums going? No. We know how that works. Let me mute that. But then we're gonna redo it. So we have the ADSR working on the BRAAMS. Now, what I kind of would like to have is I would not rather open entirely with the amp ADSR. I would actually want to open with the filter ADSR. So. It can play like this, for sure. Can play like that. It is just 4 saws of different entities. And I kind of knew that saws and macro and ONA would kind of play differently. So sometimes you do octaves. Okay, so you can play very high octaves or hear out what Ona's doing now. That is really, really nice for kind of brassy sounds. Right? So we can do so many things. Like we can put an LFO, like a very simple one, and have it trigger. Right when we gate this, we just go reset I think on gate that would be fine. We send the output to level of this, and we use it on like a inverted sawtooth. See if this works. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. I thought it would, but it doesn't. Oh, because that's just reset. Is it? It should be. It should work though. Is it? No. Why? Oh, yes. Ooh, I got an idea. It is nice and big, right? Yeah, it's got that thing. So this is scaled and offsetting, but it's leveling it down, just maybe because of the gate. What if I use the other LFO? I would actually also use a wavetable LFO here. Let me try that. I haven't used Mix 4, so I don't know what's going to go on here. Let me go. We reset on retrigger. We send the wavetable to pan. Okay, that's more like it. So let's ditch this guy. So can we do this? Right? I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to take another LFO. Normal one, and I'm gonna patch it to the clock itself. It's probably is it gonna clock it faster and slower? Maybe. Oh, but this one doesn't. Okay, what about position? I'm gonna do it doesn't do that, but what if I do FM then? Okay, it's not really doing what I wanted though. That's okay, I'm gonna just use one. Okay, so back to the filter itself. I kind of like this. Let's try and open the attack. Right, so what's happening is that this is already kind of open, but wow, okay, I like this. We already have the drive in here, so that's the convenient thing about it. We can keep it closed and drive it. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to like this, and I want to kind of keep it where it is. It's all about the frequency and all about the drive, which sounds nice, but I think we've got... There's other stuff that does drive. Maybe just the overdrive itself. We want to try and overdrive it after. No, you know what? I would actually go boomstick. Or, hold on. I wanted to try these. Steiner. Let's try this. So we put another filter here. Reason being, I want to take one output here, send it to the bandpass input after the filter itself. Or you know what? Maybe after the mixer itself. So just the left channel. That'd be cool. Okay. And then we put it back into 3. And we drive its envelope from the same envelope. Honestly, I have no idea what it's gonna do. But I can kind of guess it, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So let's just verify where we are right here. Did I close it too much? Yes. Okay, let's start giving it a little bit of movement. So let me do this LFO here. Let's go out to the distortion. Let's scale it down a lot. Let's not go here, like a lot less. Very slow, kind of like a sine is okay. And let's see where. Let me try and speed it up so we know what it's gonna do. It's also fine when it's fast. But this is gonna add a little bit of movement. Right, okay. Is this guy? No. This is also nice. You can automate it like with your control surface. Having one that is de-pitching is kind of really cool. Gotta say that. Now, what if I send the mix of these to... Is this the mix? This is the mix input. Okay, what if I send the output of these to the sync? Okay, it's not really doing what I want, but I want to try and do this. I still want to gate it from the out here. So when I play it, it's going to reset. And I want it to be kind of slow and going down this time. And the V-oct is going to go to the actual pitch. The output's going to go to the pitch of oh no, let's try that. Hear how it's pitching? Maybe this is too much, but let's try just one. Okay, so this is going up. I want it to go down. Okay, way less. Way less. This is maybe too much. Let's try this. A little bit would be nice though. Oh, I kind of got like a ninth. Doing some panning on the mixer might add some good movement. Right, let's do that. Let's also add, let's keep another LFO. I'm still gonna do that and go out to the pans here. Could even be, let's not do it maybe on Ona, we keep it centered, but maybe on, oh, well, let's do it on Ona because it's kind of like the easier. Nice. That was a great idea. Let's pan it down a little bit. These are, you know what I like about this? They are BRAAMS to some degree without being super distorted yet, but they are very synth oriented, so it's kind of like a different take without having real brass, you know? Because if it really sounded like I had samples of brass, and it would be like, oh yes, this sounds like exactly like in the movies, that's not the voice of our modular synth. I think this is really like a lot more appropriate. And again, it's got a very slow attack, so if we do, that's also good. And it's changing that. I like that. We're in arcade now. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I like this, but I want to put a macro, like we need some percussive component to it. So the problem is that we've run out of mixer sound. I knew that. Why mix 4 when you can have mix 8? Do we have mix 8? We don't have mix 8. I was lying to you. It is not like that. It be not like that. But let me see. So it's 4 sounds. I don't want to sacrifice one, but I want the component here. I'm gonna put another mixer afterwards. It's gotta be that. I'm gonna do this just for sound design purposes. But we got, no, okay. We can mix it at VCA level. That's the idea. Number 4 that we have here. Imagine we don't have as much as you think we do in software, which is infinite. We do this, and we do this channel here. I want this macro oscillator to go. Maybe I'm gonna refilter it, but I'm gonna use probably a Salin again, and I'm gonna use distortion. I'm gonna take grunge. No, maybe overdrive. So we're sending the output of macro oscillator into input. Here, I should actually do it like this, these 3. We're taking the output of the Salin key into the distortion, the overdrive, and we're sending the output for now to, actually, we need another envelope, I'm thinking, for sure. Do we need another envelope, or can we do an LPG? Could do LPG. But let's try this. So I go trigger with gate and V-oct with this. And let me just mute pretty much these folks here. And the output has to go on another channel. There's no escape. Let's do 6. Okay, let's see if that works. Do we have an input here? No, because I didn't do it. Right, we got that. You like the high sizzle, right? That's gonna give it a lot of atmosphere, and then the reverb I have is very dark, so you can pitch it a lot of high frequencies. That's why I like to have very dark reverbs. They cut out a lot of that. And yeah. Now, I don't know which model I'm gonna use. So an envelope would actually help here. See, we got so much going on. Okay. I don't need a lot of distortion. Okay, I'm gonna switch modes, percussive modes. You know what? This could be good. Let's try and mix it. I like that. That's kind of loud though. I have faith in the silent key for some reason, but it's not cooperating with me. Okay, we're not using the ADSR, and I don't think we need, because it's just got percussive. Man, I love this oscillator. Isn't it good? It's just unbelievable. So not a lot of reverb, but I'm gonna send these here. I like these more. I wasn't expecting these, but is this guy here for real? So we could keep it like a variable, kind of like a frequency thing. We could do an LFO here, not on the envelope itself. I mean, yes, on the envelope itself. Let's do another LFO kind of thing. Let's duplicate this. Put it right here so that I know. We go out to this and kind of like very slow. Oh, no, wait. We do a noise as well. And we do a mixer or a CV mix, whatever. Is this gonna be a mix? No? This guy probably is gonna work anyway. We take some pink. We add it to our out. We take the mix here. Let's see. So I want it very dark, but I want it to kind of be able to move on its own. Maybe the noise is not really what I want. I want another LFO that is kind of doing pulses and that is also getting mixed here. You can change the internal log if you want. Was it on the noise? That's a good theme. Thanks. This could see where we are. So I want to keep one on sine and one on pulse. Okay. like the higher octave. On the LPG, you say, if I right click here, LPG, right, you meant right click in the left click menu, you can change the internal lock. You mean here? Ooh, I mean, maybe you didn't mean this, but this is really good. I didn't know there was a pulse width, right. So I don't want to play these any longer. I want to put like a sequencer. So we're gonna clock it. I'm probably gonna take this anyway, or actually I'm gonna take these notes. Okay, hold on. Professional at work, right here. I'm gonna take this module. We're gonna clock this guy, and we're gonna do just let me just initialize this. And let me just do one note out of measures 1. No, let's do 8 measures, 4/4, so that we've got tons of like space, right? On macro. Sorry. Oh. You know what I never do here? I never right click these folks. Unbelievable. Dude, look at this. So basically what I forget to do is right-clicking on modules, because some of them, there's right here. Right, that's the LPG response decay. Beautiful. I'm going to do this. Hold on. So let me... Right? So I know I can change these. Now I cannot hear it, but I like this, regardless of what's happening here. Who is the... Okay, why is this going in anyway? Oh, okay. Okay, I like these. I want to add some drums. For sure. Let's come back here. Let's do who's 6. Right. Let me do some... Who's yellow? Topographic. Alright, this is good. I'm gonna probably take... No. Let's do the clock thing first. Let's clock this to our clock. Number 1 is fine. And let's take a reset as well. I think it's gonna work. I'm thinking it's gonna work. Then we output CV to who? We should do just like a mix thing. No, like a split thing, like a malt thing. Malt. So I'm gonna take the CV. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take CV here and gate here, and I'm gonna send this to out. Then to the output of this one. So this one, and then this one, and then wow, we got tons of CVs to send. And then the gates, which is this guy here and this guy here. Is it gonna play? You think it's gonna work? It did. It did. So I still like to play it, to be honest with you. But if we just delete these malt, it's gonna just go. Okay, I like where this is going, that it's just ever so slightly distorted. I mean, we can even change the input. We can automate so much stuff that it's unbelievably good. So I'm trying to hear what, oh, this is. Okay. So I still need this to be a little bit like lower here. Let me try this without actually having an envelope. Because this is bypassing this guy. I don't want to bypass that. So I need to mix it somehow. You know what? I'm going to do it on 3 anyway. I'm going to take the output of these, the output of these, the output of these, and instead of going on 4, I'm just going to mult it on 3. Yeah. Thank you, Bohab. That's exactly why I need people here. Absolutely. Let's pan stuff even more. Who's panning this guy here? Let's pan these as well. Actually, let's pan these from these. Okay, so now we need some. I'm saving. I want to design some different things here. Already better. Kind of nice. This is okay. Let me frequency up. Yeah, we need some delays here, like, but I don't want to do it with just with this. I want to actually do kind of a second kick. Is this gonna destroy us? Maybe. I need a clock multiplier though. Let's do this though. Okay, so we're running this. We're not running presets. We're doing something like, I need to hear it first, obviously. And we're gonna take this into the trigger. We're gonna take this into level. We already know. The output of this is going to go just to the bandpass. I'm doing E flat, D, C, right? And there's just ever so slightly a note. I love that. I don't think I actually need this guy. We need a mixer just for the drums now. We do that, we do that. We're doing it. We're doing a mixer just for the drums, which is what we should have done long before. So this guy here, He's going to channel 4. No, sorry. This guy is doing channel 5 and channel 5. It's gonna go here. This guy is gonna go to 5. Bear with me, we got the drums. Right? This guy is gonna go here. It's doing it! It's working! Let's do our E flat D C. Now the beautiful thing about this is that I can take the dry off the second kick and add it to the wet. Right? Now, how can we make this better? Bohab, you said delays, right? Absolutely. I am gonna call the topographic here. Oh, we also have Aneroid. What if we use Aneroid just for that? Man, this could be insane. See, like we did E flat, F, C. So we got a variation. We got E flat D, C, E flat F, C. Very simple. C minor kind of thing. Let's try that again. But I'm gonna go here to the filter because I am lazy. I have no controlled surfaces. So let's try that again. This could be... why am I even saying this? I know you know all this. This can be really everything a game developer needs. While, you know, like an assault team is scouting things, or, you know, just radars are scanning a sector. Something's waiting for action to happen. The C, I did close the filter, and it kind of is like hard to hear, right? Now I'm on E flat. I'm gonna go to A flat already. Right? It's not even modal interchange because we're doing 6/7 degree root. And now I'm gonna drop the second kick filter here. And hear how the atmosphere completely changes with my second kick. And this is the first time I'm doing it here, but I'm doing all the time with when I compose. The second kick is really kind of like my hat and snare. we're gonna go E flat again. You know what this reminds me of, without being like The Last of Us? This is a very Santa Olalla kind of thing. Gustavo, if you're watching this, he'll never watch me. It's too famous. I absolutely love what he does. This is like such a simple melody, reminding of like, you know, like very like frail kind of things, but in kind of an aggressive thing. Maybe a little bit more, you know, aggressive. That's it. Just 3 notes, melancholic, kind of like there, right? So, gosh, what now? Let's do an input here, let's do an output here, and let's just drop up the echo. Let's see where that goes. I don't see it coming up, lucky for me. Now I have the responsibility to keep playing and inventing things while patching this thing. Why did I cook myself so bad? I have to keep playing this because we're recording. This will become a track. Hard. So I want this output to go into the input, and I want this to go up here. Why is 3 not showing? Come on. I know I can do better than that. Actually repeats 1. Oh, come on. Maybe here. There we go. I'm just stupid. Try and open up some stuff right here. So I gave it some additional kind of pizzazz, right? You know, you can do so much if we automate this. I'm just experimenting. Just made it faster. Let's try and actually bring in some of the other stuff we had. Remember this from last time? Amazing. It's so melancholic and simple. We try and go and take some of these. Let's try and prepare for a grand finale. Your desk is vibrating. Hear how the density of the kicks is increasing just with the filter thing? Let's try and leave the secondary kick. Okay, I don't know where we went. I love to do this because I don't know where we're going, and I'm playing. I need to catch stuff with my mouse. It's absolutely insane. Okay, so I promise you from next week, the tension of going and run with the mouse, because I can hear it musically what I would like to do if I had it on my hands, like, you know, proper synthesizers, keyboards, like a Prophet, or like if I'm playing in a band. But when I'm doing this, which I absolutely love, it feels like I'm trying to conduct a band or like direct a band. But the band is just not listening to me. They listen if I turn the knobs. So we designed a BRAAMS. It's, you know, I'm sure there's gonna be ways and people who will do like 100% brassy sound. I really like where this is going. Also because we used the drive in the F-35, but we didn't use really distortion on it. Like we didn't use a separate distortion module, which I usually found to be obvious. Okay. You will find many tutorials that will do as I will say as I do, which is like once you have a brass sound, you distort it. That's true if you have a very clean brass, symphonic brass type. But here, we're starting with some of the most amazing, weird saws, I think. Like saws, ooh, from the macro oscillator. Ona's doing our like higher 3-voice thing. Beautiful. Absolutely. Mixed together, going into the F-35, ADSR for quad VCAs and for the filter. I didn't even end up using tangents. I'm going to erase this. And our clock is still doing stuff that we wanted to play. In fact, we do have a note after 8 measures. It's still going to play my root here, I think. Right, yes. And then we added a macro oscillator too for just the bumping sound, which then became more of an attack of the brass rather than like a percussive tone. And it goes into the silent key, then overdriving it. And then we added a bunch of LFOs. I was even like, it's like a dream thing. I don't even remember the LFOs that we used for. Okay, one is Pan that Bohab suggested. That was fine because it's kind of helping the higher voice from Ona to be kind of like floating in space. Then we added another pan for number 3. We also, what is this? Oh, we pitch Ona a little bit as well, and then we also drive the F35 out, which is driving a lot. This is not even scaling that much. So the pitch on Ona is more of like a drift, right? It's like a voice drifting. But can I be honest with you? I don't even remember when I did the LFOs. I was so in the zone of the thing, which it's a testament to how beautiful sound design and composing from the ground level of a sound is. I don't. If you had told me there's 5 LFOs, I would be like, no, it's gonna be like 2. There's 5, and these ones doing what? It's getting mixed together, right? And then it's going out. It's like a 50% level plus. It's very scaled down, so it's got just a little bit of filter movement. Okay, now I know. I've backtracked it. The envelopes are probably what really makes the movement of it, especially for the changes. You need kind of both VCA and VCF filtering. So it could be so much more. But a testament also to the mix bus we had last time. My tube, chow tape, this is really working. You hear how the kicks are together when we were pushing them? The song is really there. We pulled some lows that are off the hook. And then we duplicated our kick, and I did the secondary higher kick. So I didn't even use the VCA here. I'll keep it just for spacing, but then I did the overdrive, but it's just a mono thing. Then it's doing in the SFX, XFX, grunge, same kind of vibe, but a little bit of different resonance and filter. I'm not even rescaling here, just a little bit of grunge. Rampage isn't being used. And man, if I can tell you one thing that I absolutely love for the placement into the song of this is just plateau. You know, using one plateau per drum component, man, this is just off. This is like, what kind of a modular would we have for having 2 plates into 2, reverbs into all of that, 2 filters? It's insane. And I even use another Honoroi just for some echo and ambience. How much do I have in terms of space time? Well, it's kind of like reverse, so it was kind of weird the way it was composing that. And we did a mixer just for the drums, which was long overdue. I don't want to have you waste more time on the stream, but if I don't backtrack everything I've done, I kind of like don't really remember all we've done while I was here, because I wanted to keep the music interesting while I was fiddling with it. So my brain had no spare space, right? I had no room for thinking. It was just beautiful. I love this. I hope you had fun. I'm going to make this patch available as well. I'm going to kind of clean it up. What kind of title could we give this? This is kind of like Echoes of War. Can we call these Echoes of War? Because it kind of reminds me of, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Comment in the video later on if you have a better title. I'll call these Echoes of War. So where was I? Start this one. It's these. Echoes of War. Patch. Then I'm going to clean it up. All right? So people, again, thank you very much for being here. This will be Modular Mondays. We took an idea and we just drifted away for real, because we had drift on the oscillators. So if you're interested in what I do in the memberships of YouTube or my Patreon, which is more, just take a look at what I do. If you want to support me, it would mean the world to me, because life ain't easy the way we're doing it today. I know it isn't for anybody. So your support actually helps my streams continue and do this stuff. So I don't want to be bragging. I don't want to kind of like say subscribe, ring the bell, whatever that is. But, everything to make this channel go up will help me out tremendously. If I weren't telling you these, I'd be lying, because that is how it is. I want to do these more and more. I'm working on getting a real modular. I'm actually selling some of my gear to fund the modular. So I want to get a very small initial setup, and I want to kind of get the most of my sound out of probably 2 modules. And I want to buy like 80 probably HP, get an Alia from Noise Engineering, and then a Belgrade filter probably, and maybe a VCA or not even, okay? Just that going into my effects hardware, trying to exploit the most out of just maybe 2 modules, okay? MIDI in, MIDI out, CV, this SQ64 right there. So I want to do that. I put some gear for sale so that I will sell that and I will fund the new modular, which will be here. Thank you, Bohab, for the suggestions, for being here. Fun stream. You say, yes, it was really fun. Again, I was like, looking at the chat. After a while, I kind of like stop out and have to check out polyphony some other time. Absolutely. I promise you we'll do polyphony, because you see how I'm kind of doing single notes on stuff. And when I do polyphony on like modular things or synths, I kind of do sometimes, obviously on a Prophet 6 or things like that, I do obviously polyphony. But I kind of like to do detuned oscillators so that I have, one voice. I mean, more voices, but one note. But we'll check that out. Absolutely. We'll check that. We'll keep developing our drum system to maybe have some kind of a higher glitchy delayed things. Check out the other videos. There's going to be the unboxing soon. I'm going to leave you at whatever your Monday night has. This is always such a blast. Thank you if you were here and commented like Mark and Bohab did. Thank you if you were here and just stayed silent. I hope this was inspiring and gave you ideas for composing and making stuff. This will be on Bandcamp. Remember, all of these tracks are then put into the first live set. There's another way to support it. If you want to get the Bandcamp, if you just want to download the tracks, they're completely free. You can do that. Thank you again. Thank you for exploring modular with me through a composer standpoint. It is an absolute blast. You know how this is going to end. The credits are being sent. Ethan's going to protect us while we're in cryosleep. Sleep well. We're going to see each other on next Monday, and we're going to wake up in a completely different galaxy. But the crew always stands, people. Thank you very much for being here. Let's move on. Ciao.